Manchester United complete the signing of one of the most coveted, talented young strikers in European football. A £64 million base fee has been set. 20 odd, 25 to nearly £30 million cheaper than Atalanta originally requested and demanded for this player. Fees between 85 and 90 million pounds, with the original quoted prices at the beginning of the summer transfer window. Excellent business from Manchester United for a young star who has the potential to become one of the best and most prolific number nines in European and world football. A profile of player that has become very popular within the game again, someone to spearhead the attack, an individual to bring his colleagues and teammates into play, and of course, someone that can develop into an absolute bagsman, score goals, win you more points, and hopefully deliver titles to Manchester United. That takes Eric Ten Hag's spending so far at Manchester United to £368 million. And Man United fans have absolutely every right to demand a better season, to demand progression, and to expect the team to move nearer towards a title challenge. Still more work is needed on this squad for Ten Hag to create his team. But of course, our expectations are high. But at the same time that we expect this, what we start to see from rivals is fear setting. This is perpetuated by the media, who throw fuel on the fire by lying, creating fake rivalries and agendas that are not even being pushed by Manchester United fans, that will get twisted into us having the agenda. And overall, not unnecessary pressure being placed upon Eric Ten Hag, but pressure predicated on lies is created. And I just want to ask this question to all rivals today. Why are you so scared of the return of Manchester United? I'm seeing exactly the same behaviors, patterns, lies, myth-truths, and genuine fear from you as I saw last summer towards Arsenal Football Club. And I want to ask a question as to why. And I'm going to take you through some of the things I've seen in the last 12 hours, which have tickled me pink, which have really given me a bit of a bubble. It's been an absolute bubble bath reading some of this stuff. It really, really has. And for me, I just want to go through it because for me, it's entertaining. But I want to get your opinions. I want to understand what you think and feel. Hit the like and the share button below. But I want to start with a journalist first of all. Who has helped start and predicate this in James Ducker. James Ducker here speaks about the journey of Rasmus Højlund, moving from Copenhagen, and now 19 months later, 72. We're going to stop straight away. He puts 64 million in brackets with the +8, but he's including the add-ons, but saying that we've spent 72 million. We haven't. Man United will not spend 72 million until we start winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. So why include them? Or at the very least, say 64 million, potentially going up to 72. Then at the bottom, he goes on to state that Man United have now committed 406 million on players under Eric Ten Hag. This is not true. It's 368. So almost 40 million pounds difference. A 40 million pound additional lump sum of fees have been included in Manchester United's spend. And this is completely disingenuous. That's a whole nother player. This, of course, leads to rivals perpetuating this lie, talking about 400 million has been spent. Most of the signings are what he wanted. Absolutely zero excuses now. It's time to deliver. And I get why rivals are saying this. They have to build the pressure up upon Man United, especially Liverpool fans, especially some Arsenal fans out there, because there's big pressure on them as well. And we can handle the pressure, but at least be honest. Don't add money into the situation that we haven't spent. Don't start perpetuating lies, because that's really weird and crazy. If you're genuinely not fearful of Man United, then you don't need to lie about what we've spent, do you? And there's many, many tweets out there that are like this. For over 400 million spent. I've seen people quoting what Man United have spent in US dollars. There are websites and credible media outlets that are showing our spending in euros or dollars to make it appear bigger. Some, what they're very clever at doing is they do it in US dollars or in euros, but they leave the euro or dollar sign off of their tweets or at the front of their articles to make the money appear even bigger. It is absolute click porn. It is crazy. The lies being pushed out by Man United. I get people are fearful, But my question again, why lie? Very, very strange to me indeed. Then what you have are these weird rivalries that are being created. Again, I've never seen so many rival fans tweet about Man United when we haven't played a game. You have this that says beyond parody. Man United, in quotes, desperately, buying a 20-year-old Scandinavian striker whose name translates to Highland, a year after City buy Highland, ha, derived from high, that means high, land, hoping for the same outcome. As if Man United have just gone, we need a Scandinavian striker because Haaland exists. That just tells you that these people know nothing about Højlund and the qualities that he possesses. This account here, a City fan, says, has anyone actually watched Højlund to verify he's good? Or did they just sign someone Scandinavian with a similar name to Haaland because they think it will work? This is the type of nonsense we're talking about. Again, Højlund's been touted all year and spoken about by many a rival fan on my shows. What do you think of this kid? Do you think we should look at him? I'd love him at my football club. Suddenly, Man United sign him, and they're adding price. They're inflating the price. They're changing the currency that we paid for him in. They're acting like nobody knows who he is. Why? Out of fear. And you bring it back to the point I made earlier. You've got to win now, Man United. You've got to deliver. You've got to win trophies. So are you saying we're good enough? Are you saying the squad is complete? Are you saying that after £368 million has been spent, Man United are good enough at this moment in time to be the champions of England, the champions of Europe? Clearly you do. So where are you predicting us to come? That's all I want to know right now from you rivals. Is where do you believe Man United are going to come? What is your prediction? How good do you think they are as you're demanding they win the Premier League? 1 year into the rebuild, after our worst performances for 40 years, after you all cried as rivals when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked, when you all cried further when we didn't continue to employ the caretaker manager. You were all crying at the idea of Ten Hag coming in. You were all ecstatic after the first 2 games last year when Man United lost, and it's, oh, wow, this is going to be hilarious. They're not going to improve. You were gutted when Ole was sacked. You were gutted when Ralf Rangnick, the caretaker, went. You were ecstatic when it started off poorly for Erik Ten Hag. So how good do you really think we are? Some honesty, please. Some intellectual honesty from rival fans. Now, on these fake rivalries, the mainstream media are already out doing it. Højlund versus Haaland. Who's creating? Why? Why is this happening? Why is it happening? ESPN, exactly the same. Trying to create the situation that Man United fans have not started. There isn't a Man United fan worth their salt. Now, there might be some troll accounts with no face and no names that tweet out utter garbage. That may exist, but I don't take them seriously. They're not real people. I don't even believe most of them are fans of the clubs they pretend to be fans of. It's all just about trolling and banter, and that's fine. There's the space for that in this world. I've got no personal issue with it. No Man United fan on God's green earth believes that Haaland and Højlund are comparable right now. I don't think Højlund will ever score the level of goals per season that Erling Haaland delivers. That's because I think Haaland is beyond generational. He is the most prolific striker to play in Europe since R9. So nobody is even making the comparisons. But I see what the media is already doing. If we build the comparisons up, Man United fans will be the ones labeled with creating it. And then next year, no matter what Højlund does, say he scores 20 league goals, but Haaland scores 35, it will be, guys tried to compare him. You tried to say he was as good. No, we're not. You can be a top-class striker and not be as good as Erling Haaland. And that's the case for 99.9% of number 9s in world football. Only really Harry Kane and Mbappe doesn't really play as a traditional number 9. They're the only 2 strikers, in my opinion, in world football right now who talk to Haaland. You could argue Lewandowski, but I think he's past his best now. The rest of them, no. So no Man United fan worth his salt is creating this comparison, but the media is pushing it. And you see what they're doing here. You can see the fear. You can see the fear from rivals. Oh my God, they've signed a really talented player that we all rate. Oh my God, they've got him for the media. They've got him for 30 million pounds almost 30 million pounds cheaper than what Atalanta wanted. But we can't praise the negotiation skills. We'll add the add-ons. We'll lie about how much they spent in total. Rivals then jump on that and say, right, I'm fearful. So now what I'll do is I'll build the expectations up and say it's win the Premier League now or bust. We get to say you're crap. At the same time as saying that, you're not even predicting us to win the league. You don't even think we're that good. Very, very strange behavior. The media then creates fake rivalries that we're not creating as fans because we know Haaland is better than Højlund. But that doesn't mean we can't be excited about Højlund coming in because it's impossible to sign Haaland and it's impossible to sign a striker that's as good as him. Because I don't, in terms of goal scoring, because I don't think one exists outside of maybe Mbappe. And that isn't going to happen. He's going Real Madrid. So it becomes a nonsense. But we know why this is happening. It's because you are fearful that Man United are getting back to the peak of our powers. That Man United are doing great business. That we've managed. And this is the most beautiful bit for me as a Manchester United fan. And I want to read this out. Chelsea were begging for £80 million for Mount. And we got him for £25 million less at 55 million. Inter Milan, they wanted 65 million for Onana, and their draws dropped when they had to settle for 43 million, a 22 million pound saving. And then Atalanta, 85 to 90 million they wanted, but let's just say 85 to be fair, and we picked him up for 64, a 21 million pound saving. It's the first time in 10 years that Man United have negotiated the asking price down by multiple millions, over 20 million on each deal. It's impeccable. But of course, no praise, because praising Man United doesn't sell. Respecting Man United doesn't sell. But what I can do is smell your fear. I saw it last year with Arsenal, and I'm seeing it now with Manchester United. And this tells me we're moving in the right direction. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again soon.